story in the sport belongs here. The New Mexico State men's basketball program has indefinitely suspended its season, placed its coaching staff on administrative leave, and begun an investigation after what they are calling new allegations within the program.
What just happened? New Mexico State has indefinitely suspended their program midway through the season. The Aggies do this after starting the season 9-15. This comes after details highlighting hazing a player on multiple incidences. This is not the first controversy this season, as back in November, forward Mike Peake shot and killed New Mexico student when Peake was lured on campus in what police describe as self-defense. With this season being an absolute shit show, I want to look back at their entire season and see what was happening the whole time. This season was set with high hopes. After winning the WAC conference and making it to the second round with upsetting UConn as the 12th seed, the biggest goal they had this season was trying to repeat that success. They had a new head coach in Greg Hare, who's had a very impressive JUCO resume, just winning the JUCO national title with Northwest Florida State College with a 31-5 record. Coming into this season, the entire roster got revamped, with only Mike Peake and Avery returning with quality experience. This upcoming season was going to be interesting. This team was coming into the season with a new look. With 12 newcomers, the papers looked nervous as well, wondering, how will the team gel? Will there be too many mouths to feed? How will players adjust to a new system and the Division I level? Can Greg Hare have the same success at the D1 level as he did at the JUCO level? And perhaps most important, how will the Aggies fare in their final season in the WAC? At the beginning of the season, they saw this team as quick, athletic, and versatile, with head coach Craig Eyre wanting every player to know every position, a different look than what they ran in the past. SEC guard Xavier Pinson and DeJuan Gordon have WAC Player of the Year talent. Kyle Feet has shown that he can light it up from the perimeter during New Mexico's trip to the Bahamas. The start of the season saw the Aggies going 1-1 until tragedy struck the team. So what happened on November 19th? Reports say the police were called at 3 a.m. to report a shooting on campus, per New Mexico State Police. There was an altercation between a 19-year-old who was pronounced dead at the scene and a 21-year-old male who was transported to the hospital. The 21-year-old male was wounded and in a stable condition, according to reports. Brandon Travis, who was unfortunately shot and killed, conspired with 17-year-old Maya Hill and two other male friends, Jonathan Smith and Elisha Upshaw, to lure Mike Peake to the UNM campus and assault him. Surveillance cameras in the parking lot of the Concordia Hall complex show Peake and Hill walking outside the dormitory. Travis, Upshaw, and Smith approached them from behind. Travis pointed a gun at Peake, and Upshaw hit Peake once in the right leg with the baseball bat and again in the abdomen, according to the police documents, before Peake started to run. Travis then pulled out a gun and shot at Peake multiple times before Peake fired back in a shootout. Travis was killed on the scene while Peake was shot in his leg. That morning, Peake was brought to a local hospital. While he was being transported towards the hospital, the team began to leave city without him in fear of retaliation until they were pulled over by state troopers. The team bus was then searched and they found that 3 players were missing and assistant head coach Dominic Taylor. The state police called the team's coaches several times. He kept getting voicemails, and at one point he wrote in his report that when he called the assistant coach Dominic Taylor, someone picked up the phone and hung up. What we ended up finding out was that the gun was wrapped up in a towel after Hare called Coach Taylor and told him Isa Muhammad, Marshall Avery, and Anthony Roy knew where he could find the weapon and hide it. It is still unclear how and where the items were transported after the shooting. The aftermath of that situation definitely didn't help the team morale, and the series was canceled following the incident. The following games sent them into a 7-5 record. With all things considered, it could have been worse. With conference play about to begin, they were hoping to roll out the dominance they once held in the WAC, which unfortunately did not happen, as the team lost their next 9 games. They were able to string 2 wins against Stephen F. Austin and Seattle U until they fell to GCU February 8th. That was the last game they played for the rest of the season, as 2 days later, they would postpone the program following the hazing report. They came out reporting, after reviewing a police report that cited 3 players for false imprisonment, harassment, and counts of criminal sexual conduct against a teammate, that the Aggies would postpone the rest of the season as of the 13th. The report detailed the victim telling investigators that on February 6th, 3 members of the team held the victim down, removed his clothing, exposing his buttocks, and began to slap his buttocks. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have laughed at that, but come on. They just had to say buttocks. They just had to say it. So what is happening now? As of now, at least, the last 6 games are to be canceled, and all games that were played against them won't affect seeding in the conference tournament. Hare and his coaching staff has been placed on paid administrative leave as of Friday. This is a terrible situation from beginning to end for New Mexico State men's basketball program. 2 freshmen have already left the team due to the news breaking out. Neither had played this year, but both felt that the program didn't follow their core beliefs anymore. I find it difficult to be able to bring back anyone from the staff, and I would expect others to leave the program as well. It is an unfortunate situation that the team and university has to deal with. For a program that was 1 year removed from the round of 32, also expecting to leave the WAC and join Conference USA for a more difficult conference, all for this is an absolute shame. I want to thank you guys for watching my sports video. This is the first one I've done, and if you guys are enjoying these types of videos, I'll definitely start making them more. But if you guys want more daily content, I would definitely highly recommend following me on my Twitter. You guys can see it down below. But have a good rest of your day, and you all stay safe. Bye.